research and some epic fail.
Hello. Welcome to the Nerdy Football Lads podcast. After a little break last week, we're back again. We've been kind of crap with missing the odd weeks and stuff, if we've been completely honest. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the boys in, but we've got a slightly different introduction for one of the boys. What I'll do is I'll just run the clip.
Last year we got this in the speech. Obviously, pretty well last year. We got to the playoffs again. And I said, last year, why not let's fucking go and win this thing? And we did it. It was as simple as that, guys. 19-0, undefeated in Division 1. Just really a stepping stone. Now what is what we're going to do? Fucking again!
B-Dog, the reigning and now defending MVP of the Border City Centurions. How you doing, my man?
Yeah, I'm not bad. How are you?
Not too bad. Decent night.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
We'll get Joe in as well because Joe didn't win anything, but here he is. MVP, B-Dog. Talk us through it.
Yeah, not bad. 2 years in a row. Can't complain.
Well, I mean, you are the quarterback, but when you throw, 1,000 passes for like 3 interceptions or so, you kind of got to get it, aren't you?
Oh, well, I didn't expect it, to be honest, but it's good to see.
I think it would be fair to expect it, but, a good night was had by all.
It was.
We had a few beverages. You guys both went to play the day after in the Winter League.
Yeah, everyone was surprisingly fine. I don't know how. Like we all.
Whether because
apart from D, but that's a whole other story. But yeah, no. Well, results-wise, we were playing some really difficult teams, but the end of it went, which is nice. So hopefully next year does well.
Right, fair enough. Right, well, congratulations, B-Dog. That's enough of the Centurions talk, at least until the new year. We're here to talk about some NFL. We missed a lot last week. It seems like everything's changed in the NFL since we were last here. We'll start off. We'll kind of have a little bit of talking about all three of our teams. But B-Dog, huge game for you guys tonight. You said it the other week. To be fair, you're getting shit out at the right time, but you've got to win tonight, haven't you?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if we win tonight and there's help from the Chargers on Monday or Tuesday, I can't remember which one it is now, but if they beat the Eagles, then there's only one game in the NFC East, depending who's number one and who's number two. There we go.
I don't know what happened there. It depends a lot on the Eagles as well, doesn't it? Because I feel like we've said it most weeks, but there's a lot of teams in the NFL that we still don't really know which is the real version of them. And the Eagles are just one of them teams that they just seem to have struggled all year. And it's a distinct possibility that they absolutely bottle it.
Yep. I mean, they've done it before.
Well, yeah. And we've spoke about it a lot, that it's the division that you never win back to back. But it seemed like that this year was nailed on to be the year that it was different. But hold on a second. Maybe it's
never sleep.
Yeah, maybe it's just the way that it goes in the NFC East, and maybe it's the Cowboys. Because to be honest, I think you're kind of looking like one of the best teams in the NFL at the minute. You've sorted your defense out. Demarion Overshone's came back. Somehow Eberflus has got you guys, remembering how to play defense. And what's his face? Quinnen Williams in the D tackle has been unreal, hasn't he?
Man, that's why games are won and lost.
Absolutely unreal. But I've had a few weeks now where we've been a little bit smug, and you've had to just sit and watch us. But welcome to the club.
Back-to-back Super Bowl champions, both beaten 4 days.
First team ever to do that. First team ever to do that.
How about them Cowboys?
Oh, Joe, I can't hear you, mate. You're a bit crackly.
Sounds like you're in the ocean.
Yeah, it sounds like yeah. It sounds like you're in a bubble.
Sounds like you're buried under all those W's there.
Yeah, for the first time ever.
Maybe try leaving and coming back in. That way for me last week.
Yeah, get out, Joe. DJ obviously in the chat wants to shout out the Buckeyes for beating Michigan's ass. We expected it, to be honest. So DJ messaged before on Discord and said, "Are you guys, going live tonight?" And I said, "Yeah." And I thought, I bet he is coming on to talk about the Ohio State. Yeah. But yeah, congratulations, man. Pleased for you. And yeah, B-Dog, this is more you because I'm not a college guy at all.
Hey, Salem's looking like the top 5 quarterback in the NCAA at the moment. Like he's balling out a little bit. Can't complain, but I suppose when you've got like the next generational wide receiver on your team, there's not much difference you can do.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
I'll let you know when the off season's on, just before the draft, what my thoughts are. But at the minute, I'm just kind of watching and looking at the results from afar, I'll say. Joe, have a go at speaker, mate.
How do I sound?
Miles better.
Hey, there we go.
Miles better.
Good. What I was going to say was I was slightly disappointed because until we weren't able to do a pod last week, I was all ready to stake my flag on how the Cowboys were going to beat the Chiefs, and we're on the up. And now it just looks like I'm just jumping the bandwagon, but you could sort of see it coming. But I think low key, like Jerry's kind of cooked with all the trades. Like I think he's somehow, whether intentionally or not, done a really good job at rebuilding the defense. I think there's still criticisms of the Micah trade in isolation, but I think overall, like you mentioned, the combination of getting Overshown in back and then bringing Quinn Williams in is just totally transformed the way the line works. Even the Eagles said when they lost them a couple of weeks ago, they said that they just weren't prepared for the amount of 5-man fronts the Cowboys were going to throw at them. And the thing is, you can't do 5-man fronts if you don't have the guys for it. And now they have the guys for it. And if they're going to be able to just send 5 constantly and just like the coverage is going to hold, like they're going to play miles better in defense. So yeah, I honestly back the Cowboys for that division now. Like I think they've got an uphill battle, but like I think they're the most confident team doing it now. I think like the Eagles are splitting out. Giants in contention for the number one overall. Like there isn't like a serious like other contender there. So I think the Cowboys could just slip in and take it, to be fair.
I think one of the saddest things about the whole Cowboys getting good thing is the Jerry Jones compliments that's coming his way.
Yeah.
The man's looked out like crazy, but like it's crazy until it gets results, and it's getting results at the minute. It's just, is it a little bit too late because you basically do have to just win out?
It's an easier route than the Chiefs, though. It's a much easier route than the Chiefs. Like they're in a better spot. Comparing the situations, even though they look quite similar, Cowboys have a much better route there, and it's a lot more possible.
Yeah, Cowboys are at the Lions, against the Vikings, against the Chargers, at the Commies, at the Giants. So realistically, you're looking at the Lions. I've got a sneaky take with the Chargers that I think there's every chance that they just absolutely tank and don't get anywhere near it. But we'll wait and see. Yeah, I think if you can get past this Lions game, I think you win all 4 of them last games. And
I think the Vikings is. I think after last week's sort of game, can we call it? If it's not too one-sided.
Yeah.
Whatever that was, I think I'm a lot more comfortable going into that game. That was one of the games I was worried about, obviously, when they started to heat up a little bit earlier on in the year. But I think realistically, the Lions and funnily enough, I think the commies will be a bit of an issue out of the teams coming up.
In all fairness, the commies looked decent last week. What was
Yeah,
it, the
I know.
Broncos that were playing? I mean, I'm fed up of the Broncos getting really lucky, and it's going to come across like it's because they're going to be number one. They'll win this weekend. They're going to be number one in the AFC. But how many of these games have they looked like the offense just don't know how to get yards, get points on the boards? Like they seem to. And look, it's a mark of a good team winning games when you've not been great. But how many games have they not been great? Like I don't know. I don't know about the Broncos. And again, we're believers here, or at least
that touchdown pass is insane. Like the late one when it's like he gets out while he's going down. Like that was absolutely nuts. Like I think like Bonix is one of those guys where like. It just shows like these flashes of being elite, and if you just get it to like string it together, like you could be like a genuine like top 10 quarterback. It's going to be like it's just going to be a question of consistency. And there's always guys like that. There's always guys that make you hang on and make you think they can put it together. But yeah, I mean, if his defense is going to keep carrying and giving him the shots, they'll just do it. But yeah, just hell of a player, really.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, Joe. In the chat, Matt Surrey is late. You missed B-Dog's MVP acceptance speech at the start. We played that. And otherwise, just a load of nonsense, Matt. DJ's happy for your B-Dog and your team, just not Jerry Jones.
Hey, look, Jerry's world,
the only thing I'll say, have you seen the quote from Jerry Jones saying that earlier or like before the season, he tried to trade with the Jets by offering them Micah and a first for Quinn Williams, but he said the Chiefs turned it down because they couldn't fit Micah in the cap space, and that is the complete nonsense. Like either he's just seeing it all making something up, or like that's just there's no way there's any sort of truth to that. I refuse to believe that at all. But yeah,
have you seen the Darius Slayer crack?
Oh yeah, it's just contemplating retirement.
Yeah, so the Bills obviously picked it up, which great pickup, for them. And then he's went, yeah, I don't know yet, and might be retiring. What we'll move on to, Joe, is your Bears, number one in the NFC, ribbing the lads all week.
Yeah, man. It was because obviously we won the game. Like, and just to put it into context, the Bears are playing on the same night of Brandon accepting his MVP award, so the team awards night. The second bar we went in had no signal, so I'm being the most antisocial person in the world, trying to walk around. I'd rented a power bank from the bar for about 5 minutes.
You didn't believe me.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to get signal. You told me we were like 24 to 9 or something. I thought you were kidding. And yeah, just the fact that and then watching it back, some of the run gapping we did and some of the polls we opened is unreal. There's a play where Darnell Wright just comes in it's like a pin block and just absolutely crushes Jalen Carter. And probably that's why Jalen Carter's out this week. His shoulders are injured, probably because he had a side block from Wright. So yeah, it's just some of the lanes we opened absolutely crazy. I think that was our best rushing performance in 40 years, which is where the Bears throwing's not what we do, rushing is what we do. And I don't know how we just managed to go do that against that Philadelphia front. But the cherry on the cake is just, I don't know if you guys have saw this. So there's a very historic hot dog place in Chicago called the Wieners Circle. And they told Ben Johnson that if he took his shirt off in a post-game speech, they'd give away free hot dogs. So basically,
is that what the crack is?
Yeah. So basically, after the game, he comes in, takes his top off. Turns out Ben Johnson's shredded, and then just does this absolutely mental post-game speech. And yeah, I think they gave about 3,000 hot dogs there, and fed the city of Chicago. So yeah, it's beautiful.
B-Dog, you never get hot dogs for taking your shirt off, do you? And you do all the time.
No, it's a shame, innit? I mean, definitely the wrong crowd.
You need to get some kind of endorsement deal going, man.
B-Dog just does it for the love of the game, man. That's
the difference is I'm not shredded.
Yeah, you are. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder, my man. So we spoke about Todd. We see you in the chat, mate. We're going to get onto the Patriots next. We're just cracking about Joe's Bears for a second. We spoke about the Cowboys having to win, Joe. The Bears, if they don't win this weekend, go to number 7 from number 1.
Yeah, well, so this is the thing, is that for some reason, even though they were the first seed, we still have like not that great odds to like make the playoffs. It's like 70 or something, and like considering we're the first seed, you'd think it'd be way higher. Yeah, like this is the thing, is that this is, I feel like this is what it must feel like for your team to get good, is that it's sort of like this very slow transition. I don't know if you ever heard the analogy of like boiling a frog. Or if you put a frog in water and slowly turn the heat up, it won't notice. It kind of feels like that. It's sort of slowly getting good and we keep winning games for some reason and no one knows why. And all of a sudden we're like crushing the Eagles at 200
Can I just say the Bears haven't slowly got good, mate?
Yeah, no, well, it's just them because everyone keeps saying, "Oh, you've not played anyone good." Like the start of the season, just like, "Oh, it's just it's a beat up like Bengals team or it's a beat up this team," and then it's like, "Oh yeah, but like we've got the Eagles, have got these players out." So yeah, this game is massive because it's, as far as I'm aware, it's a mostly full strength Packers team. It's in Lambeau. Like everything's on the line. Like I mean, in terms of playoff implications, if we win this, apparently we only go up to 82% for the playoffs, but like we would then go. I think our odds of like winning the division would skyrocket, especially hopefully the Lions lose tonight as well.
So what would happen is yous would go 10-3, the Packers would go 8-4-1. The Lions, if they lose to Dallas, like we need for B-Dog, they would stay. Well, they would go 7-6. So you'd basically be 2 games up on the 2.5 games up on the Packers. With 4 games left, how many have you got left to play?
Yes, so we've got Packers, Browns, Packers, Lions, Niners. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah.
The thing is, do you know what the absolutely most hilarious thing about this is, right? If we win the first 4 of that stretch, there's a decent possibility that Caleb doesn't hit 4,000 yards because we'll be resting him because we'll have secured the playoff spot, which is a mental thing to say. No, it could be because he's just on that line. He's sort of like he's just under pace by about like 20 yards a game. So like there's a genuine possibility that he would break it in week whatever, like the last game of the season. But we might have already clinched, which unfathomable at the start of the year. But yeah, crazy. Yeah, Ben Johnson absolutely did.
Great shout by DJ. Yeah, great shout by DJ. See, DJ is an OG because he knows that. You know, the sexy ratings mean something, don't the B-Dog?
Oh, 100%.
100%. Look, I think we're in a kind of nice position where, well, I know speaking for me, I'm enjoying looking out for your boys' results.
Yeah,
and, you know, it's kind of nice having teams that are winning. I know B-Dog, it took you guys a while, but you genuinely do look like one of the best teams in the NFL at the minute. And the Bears, just like Joe said, have simmered and just, you know, someone's turned the oven up and you know, they're cooking now.
Hey, boys, look, right? The best things in life are worth waiting for.
Absolutely.
I know, but that 4 years, man, it's just been absolutely.
Shut up.
Right, so what I'll do now is I'll crack about the Patriots a little bit. I don't know if you guys caught the TikTok that I put out the other day.
I
did not know.
So come on, Joe, you got to be a company guy. Basically, I was just speaking about the schedule and I'll kind of summarize really quickly here. Everyone talks about, like you just said, Joe, the teams that you've beaten. Yes, Patriots had a last place schedule because they finished last place in the division last year. That's how it works. You play. Obviously, your own division twice. You play another division entirely. So we had the NFC South this year. We played all the teams. And then the rest of your games are made up from other teams that finished in the same place as their division, in their division. So we played all the 4th place teams, which they do that for parity in the league. All the division winners play a division winner. So you can't just say, oh, we're going to tank. We're going to go 17-0 and we're going to go on 17. It's to kind of level it off a bit. But the idea with that is that bad teams play bad teams, so you end up, kind of level in terms of talent. When you beat all the bad teams, that doesn't just mean you're a bad team. We had a last place schedule last year, and we won 2 games. We were a bad team then. Just because the teams you're playing aren't as good, it doesn't mean if you beat them, you're not a good football team. We've not even just beat them either. I think we're the first team in history to win 10 games in a row, scoring over 23 points and conceding less than 23 points in all the games. We've beat the Bills, who, again, don't look great. We beat the Bucks, again, injury and things like that. But on the video that I put out, the examples that I pointed to was, teams like the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Cowboys at the start of the year, the Rams losing to the Panthers. We're in a league where you can't just say, oh, they're going to beat them. The Giants beat the Eagles, man. The Panthers beat the Rams. The Chiefs have lost they've lost half of the games. It's not easy to just go and win against, honestly, poorer teams, but it isn't easy to do that, regardless of how poor it seems they are and how much you should win by. Because I think if you looked at the Patriots at the start of the year, did you look at their schedule and say, oh, they'll probably win 12 of them games? No, you didn't. Of course you didn't. Because
they were one of the bad teams.
Yes, exactly. And that's kind of the point that I was kind of alluding to. And people always say, oh, they're gonna get dicked when they play a real team because they've not played a good team yet. Well, yes, but we haven't scraped by not good teams either. We've smashed good teams. Coming to Todd's comment on YouTube, yes, they've had an easier run in. Will it be the number 1 in the AFC? I don't think so. I think games still against the Bills and the Ravens. I think the Ravens probably turn it on at some point. I can't imagine they're another team that we didn't mention. I can't imagine they play like they did last week or the week before too often. But yeah, regardless of who you play in the playoffs, you're going to play someone that they're capable of losing. How deep do they go? If we get the 1 seed, the championship game. If we don't, the divisional round. I think we've got a win in us, but I'm not sure we go all the way. And yeah, it'd be nice to get revenge on Joe's Bears. But that being said, if the Patriots play the Bears in the Super Bowl, I honestly do fear that me and Joe would fall out.
No, I definitely would. I would do unspeakable things for a Bears fan Super Bowl. Like, it would just, regardless of how it goes, like, it would just be the best vibes. And like, we'd have to stream the whole thing. It'd just be great. Like, but yeah, I'd love that. I'd love that so much. It'd be so hilarious. Yeah, I'm totally involved with you. I mean, and it's a super cringe thing to say. I think Brady says it a lot, but like, you could only beat what's in front of you. And it's like, what do you want them to do? Like, it's like change opponents. Like, it's not even like college either, where you're like picking your opponents in advance and you have to build like your schedule. Like, you're just given your schedule. Like, it just is what it is. Like, you've got to beat teams in front of you. But to be honest, what I want to shout out, because I didn't actually realize this, because I don't think you mentioned a couple of times about like how the Patriots hadn't allowed like a was it 100 or a 50-yard rusher?
A 50-yard rusher until week
10 or something.
9 or something, 10, yeah.
Yeah, well, so, I mean, just to put the whole defense into perspective, I think in the whole season, I think you've only given up a lead in the fourth quarter once. No, sorry, you've only allowed a team to take the lead in the fourth quarter 3 times, and you've only let a team extend the lead in the fourth quarter once. Like, that's insane. Like, I mean, to put that into context, like, the Bears in the same situation are just like miles off. It's like over double those stats. And like, obviously the Bears are in the same situation where it's like, we're not playing that bigger teams, but you can kind of directly compare the two, where like the Bears haven't played anyone that nuclear until the Eagles. But it's like, you've been doing so in such a more dominant fashion than we have. Like, we've scraped a couple games. Like, I mean, the Bengals game just like was mental. Like we had the 2 last-minute field goals. We had a blocked kick. Like we've scraped games. You've put them away. So there is a big difference there.
The only other thing, and I'll shut up after this and let B Dog say something, but 7 of the top 10 defenses in the league we've played.
So,
7 of the top 10 defenses, and yes, teams need offenses to win, and that's why these teams aren't winning. But I seen a thing earlier, and Travion Henderson have won Rookie of the Month, NFL Rookie of the Month, and all the comments were, "Oh, it's a schedule." We're playing the best, even if the team's not good, we're playing the best defenses, and he's an offensive player. Like, what are you talking about? But Joe, it's just, I take it as one of the things. It's a sign that people are getting pissed and people are hating on the Patriots again, and it's just like the good old times. B Dog thoughts.
Yeah, no, I mean, like when Joe was saying, they've won a few games and scraped by a few games. Obviously, they blew us out in either week 3 or week 4. I can't remember off the top of my head. But obviously, you can tell the difference the defense has looked for us compared to that was. I mean, Trayvon Diggs was in and he basically broke his leg trying to cover Roma Dunze on a cheap ball. So, you know what I mean? It's a nice, different looking defense. Siobhan Revel, the rookie that's come in, I think he's maybe allowed 60 yards, or maybe even less than that, in the 2 games he's played while being targeted 9 times. So he's playing pretty well at man coverage. Bland's obviously there as that little. He'll always get a pick when he needs it. But like you said, the 5-man front, it is hard for teams to stop because you can't double team Quinn Williams because someone's open. So it has to be man v man, and I don't know. There's not a lot of good all lines in the league where every single offensive lineman can hold his own.
Yeah,
but, I mean, the Patriots, like you said, I don't think they'll be number 1. I think there will be. It will get to the point when once they've secured playoff, is it worth risking there, or is it worth just bringing in the backup just for 2 or 3 weeks?
Well, that's the old that. It as old as time, isn't it? Do you go into the playoffs with all the momentum because you've just dicked your last 2 games because you've kept the guys in, or do you lose a couple in a row because you've rested your guys? You go in cold, and I don't know. I don't know what the answer is, but
there's no winning formula to get in there.
I think it depends on the seeding. I think if you're the number 1 seed, potentially I play him because I think 2 weeks off is I don't like that. I don't like that at all. If you're going in as the 2 or 3 and you're going to play the wild card game, I potentially rest him. Give him a week.
The only thing with that is I've basically Bleacher Report put together this potential of what it would look like after week 13. If you end up equal on record with Denver and the tiebreaker hands it to them, so they go 1.
Yeah,
there's a potential that the 2 teams who play in the 7 seed would be Buffalo, which would be rough. I mean, this has got assuming this would be the Chargers win, it's got the Chargers at 5, Ravens at 4, Colts at 6, Jags at 3. I think you would rather play any of those teams than a playoff Buffalo team.
I'm not sure the Bills make it. I'm honestly not sure. The Bengals this week, they're coming in hot. They were great last week. The defense was much improved against us the week before. Obviously, Joe Shiesty back in the game last week looked electric. They've got the Bengals this week. I think there's every chance they'll lose that. They've got us the week after, which if the Bills lose this week, next week is for the division. Let's say for playing devil's advocate here, the lose to the Bengals, they beat the Patriots. They've got the Browns, which you'd expect them to win. They've got the Eagles, who might be fighting for their life as well, and then the Jets. They've got the Bengals, Patriots, Eagles are 3 games that they've got every chance of losing. At least one out of them 3 games. And Where are they at now? Are they the 7 now, Joe? The Bills.
Bills are. Where's the
8.
current picture?
I mean, they're the 7. They're the 7 now. Behind them, the Texans, the Chiefs still
The
there.
Texans are on fire as well. Like the
Yeah,
Texans
man.
are
I mean,
taking over last
the
year.
1 game up on the Texans, 2 games up on the Chiefs, but you expect the Chiefs are either going to go God mode and just start hammering everybody and not lose, or they won't. But there's a chance to do that. If the Chiefs keep winning, the Bills lose a couple, the Texans or the Chiefs could kick them out of there. I mean, I don't think the Colts win the rest of their games either, so it's not just as straightforward as that. Again, I've said about the Chargers. I don't think the Chargers win out. I think there's a good chance that the Chargers kind of drop out as well. But you look at anywhere really from Jacksonville down, anyone can drop out, and I think the Bills have as good a chance as anyone of just not being there.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think the Texans overtake the Colts, and
I do.
I think I can't see the Chargers losing that 5th spot, maybe 6th. So then you've got the Bills then fighting for that 7th, which is a crazy place for that team to be in.
Worth noting as well, Joe, the Texans play the Chiefs this week, I think, don't they?
Yeah, which to be fair, I fancy the Texans for that. I mean, that's jumping ahead of it, but
yeah, I do as well.
I see Patty
Spoiler
running for his
alert
life
for the pick and later.
Yeah, I know, right.
But well, we've done the AFC, so we may as well do the NFC. Kind of a similar thing. The Bears and the Rams up there on 9 wins, a lot tighter mind. Then the Eagles on 8, the Bucks on 7, the Seahawks obviously on 9 as well, which is the way that the top 2 teams in the North and the West have played. Well, the top 3 teams in the West, really. Any one of the teams could win the division, and any one of them could completely drop out because it's that close. You're looking at the minute the Lions on the outside looking in with 7 wins, the Cowboys 6-5-1. But I just think this is the closest at this point of a season that I've seen the whole league.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. And I love it. I think it's been such a good year. You could sort of see going in it was going to be a good one, and then just the further along it's got, it's like there's no, like I think I said a couple of times over the last couple of weeks, the only team that if my life was on the line, I would like convincingly say would win the game is the Rams. And then like I walked in the pub on Sunday, and then saw. Like you saw Red Zone switch to the Rams Panthers game, and I was just like, "What is going on?" They were like 3 up in the 4th, and I was like, "Oh my god, what's happening? This is unbelievable!"
Absolutely unbelievable.
And it's just such a good year. Just anyone can beat anyone, and that's the great thing is that like if the Bears do somehow chance themselves into the playoffs, like it's anyone's year. Do you know what I mean? Like anyone can win any game currently.
It really is. It really is. Like I know we speak about how far can a team go. But for the sake of the exercise, in the NFC South, the Bucks, obviously the 4th seed, 7-5. The Panthers, 7-6.
Yeah,
they may be the 4th seed.
Yeah, which is mental.
The
and like
Panthers go in there.
It's
The
not a
Panthers
break,
go in,
isn't it?
play the Rams. Like the Panthers just beat the Rams, and the Rams are the favourite to win the Super Bowl at the minute. It's
yeah, and the Bucks got smashed by the Rams as well, so it's like it's deservedly so. Like,
well, the Rams, not the Rams, sorry, the Panthers got absolute. No, what was it? So the Panthers. Which way was it? The Panthers got 40-0 by the Falcons. The Panthers, I believe, beat the Bills, and we beat the Panthers, and it's mental. It's the Panther. I think that division, other than the Saints, they're all what if teams because even the Falcons, the 4-8, they're not obviously not going to make it, but they're a team that sometimes look like they've got it together and they know what they're doing, and then at other times they look like the worst team in the league. And the Panthers are the same. Like when they're bad, they are so bad. The Panthers, but when they're good, they're electric. It's crazy.
I did just check actually it's sometimes called the circle of suck, but there's the circle of parity. It gets called,
that's right.
it was completed a month ago.
Yeah,
where everyone beat everyone. So it's really, really is anyone's here. The fact that was completed in like what week? 9, 10?
Well, look, even further back, Joe. The last unbeaten team to lose was like week 4 or something. In comparison to last year when there was 2 at week 14 or something, where the Vikings lost.
Yeah.
Should have told us everything that we need to know about this year. I think anybody in them playoff spots come week 18 as it is, I think anybody that's in them playoff spots thinks we can have a go at this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you'd believe any of them.
I think that as well. Like, I think this year is a really good argument for like 18 playoff places. Go back to having the first 2 getting buys each, go to 18 from each division making it, and just have an extra playoff week. I'd be in favour of that. Don't know how it would work schedule wise, but I'd be well done.
Maybe just make it 2 teams out of each division.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's. I think the cross conference, not the cross conference, the intra conference kind of head to heads, especially in the NFC. Sorry, make this really, really interesting. I think in the AFC, the only kind of really relevant ones are the Colts, the Texans, and because they're in the same division. But the NFC ones, it's a toss up. It's crazy. I'm glad I'm not, an NFC North or West team fan, because you're sat at number 1 there, Joe. You might not even make it.
It's.
No, I mean, I'm not. I don't think that'll happen, but like,
it's just vibes. Like, it's been a great week. Just like I keep looking at it, like seeing the Bears in the morning, being like, how the hell did that happen? It's like like Little Britain when Andy was on top of the train. How do you get up there? It's like a full. Just a lot of happened. It's all absolutely mental.
Because with the way we're talking, and we're not the only ones saying it. I mean, there's media everywhere talking about the Cowboys as well. The Cowboys are 6-5-1, and you're talking about them being one of the best teams in the NFL at the minute.
Yeah,
that's the kind of season it's been. They're currently the 9th, seeding, and there's every single chance that they end up winning the division. And
so. If I can squeeze a quick rumble in before we move on, the reason why this has been such a good year is because the sort of like elite teams have crumbled a bit. And it's opened up the picture for everyone else to sort of fill in that space and void, and it's been so much more interesting. And it's why I was kind of, like I said, I was in the pub watching the games because I was with my brother just after going to the gym, and like the only football game my brother's ever watched was the Pats Rams Super Bowl. One of his mates convinced me to watch it, and there was no touch. And he's like, I've never watched a game of the NFL ever again. So we went on this whole thing just sort of explaining why the NFL is so good, why the draft provides all this like up and down and anyone can win, and it's really came into force this year. And it's the leagues it's why the NFL is so good is because it's so hard to stay at the top and it's so vulnerable to stay at the top, and as soon as it collapses, it's just a power struggle and it's a void and anyone can do it. I think the reason why this has been so interesting is because you have 4 teams which going into the year everyone was like so confident in. They were absolutely dominant last year, and that's the Lions, the Ravens, the Eagles, and the Chiefs. The Lions have just been a victim of good old classic brain drain. They've lost 2 coordinators. It's not been a collapse. They've still sort of like been somewhat consistent. 7-5 isn't awful, but the thing is that they've just lost that creativity, and it's so easy to see. I mean, just to sort of like put it into context, their their shotgun rate. So the Rams famously last year were a very like under center, very heavy, lot of run team. Their shotgun rates went from like 33% to like over 50. So they're just like they're throwing a lot more from shotgun. They're just not that sort of like dominant in control team anymore. And they've just because they've not had the creativity to do it, the interior lines regressed. They're a below average rushing success rate. And they've just not had that to lean on. Somehow Jameer Gibbs is still playing like Barry Sanders, but
And the flip side, Joe, and the flip side, obviously the guy that made all that happen in Detroit.
Yeah.
Look at the Bears. Look how the Bears play it.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like
Swift and what do you call him? Manungai, the run guy. They're basically being them running backs from the Lions this year for the Bears, aren't they?
Yeah.
You can see the identity of the head coach from looking at the Lions last year and looking at the Bears this year. And I know they've got an OC, but you're not telling me that Ben Johnson's not telling them exactly what they want to do. Really quickly, because we've got to address the elephant in the room. B-Dog has lost his mullet. Matt in the chat. Yeah. Matt, I had the same heartbreaking realization at the awards night. We need to boo this man as hard as we can boo him.
Hey, look, you know what, right? I've had nothing but people tell me I look younger now.
That's not true. That's not true, because I know one person that didn't say them words. The driver at your work.
Oh, yeah, the driver at the work that believed I was transgender.
Yeah, that's the one. Honestly, I walked into the pub last weekend, right? B-Dog, hiya mate, hiya. You know, honestly, it wasn't even B-Dog, right? Walked into the pub, hiya B-Dog, hiya mate, you all right? Alice, tell him what the driver said to you at work. It's like,
yeah.
Oh, we love to see it. Right, boys, should we get into some studs and duds?
Yeah, man.
Always.
In true Nerdy Football Lads fashion, I've not got any of mine. Even
now. I hadn't, and then two brilliant ones popped into my head just seconds ago. So, I mean, if you want me to start us off, I can.
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll start with studs, boys, and get it on the bottom. Right, studs.
Yeah, man, I'll go started. Yeah, just like I said, just not to blabber on about the Bears and pull a Kevin talk about your own team the whole podcast, but there's just so many good stories about this Bears team. One of which is Nashon Bright. He has been incredible. We got him off the Vikings practice squads from last year. And he's just went through so much this year. I don't know if anyone remembers the coach from the last season of Last Chance U, the football one, not the basketball stuff they did, the one that was out in Oakland. He played under the head coach that was in that series. He got shot this year and passed away. He still played that week, and he caught an interception in the end zone and had a little cry in the end zone. So it's been a really tough year for him. But Studs' play of the week is just when he came in, the Eagles tried to run the push, and he just comes in and just rips the ball out of Jalen Hurts' arms, and beautiful play. And then now he's went and run NFC Defensive Player of the Month with 3 interceptions, 2 from the recoveries, and just an all-round incredible one from him. So he is my Studs.
Fair dues, can't argue with that. B-Dog?
You know what? It's one of those players I wish the Cowboys maybe should have kept. I'm not sure, but you can't
have many of them though, surely. Players you wish the Cowboys had kept.
Yeah, only a few No, I think that was a good one, Joe. Me for this week was Bryce Young. Realistically, it was just Bryce Young. I think what he has now is he had 11. No, he's got 11 fourth quarter comeback to win a game. I think he's the youngest player to do so in a Panthers team that literally came out of nowhere over the last couple of weeks, a month and a half. But they're all winning games. They're doing what they need to do, and yeah, I know everyone was always like, after first year, Stroud is better. Now they're both terrible, but Bryce Young is showing that even though he's tiny, he can play football, and why he was at Alabama.
Yeah, he has been incredible. This really is.
Yeah, you can't argue with that either. To be fair, again, when it mattered the most, going in to play against the favourites to win the Super Bowl, basically,
Oh, yeah.
you kind of sat watch. Well, I was, to be honest, I watched Red Zone last week because we run the Monday, and I never get to just sit and watch all of Red Zone. So I sat and watched Red Zone, and I just kept thinking, yeah, but when's it going to change? When's Stafford going to throw 4 touchdowns, and when are they going to get blew out? And it just didn't come. The Panthers kept coming back. The Rams scored fairly late, and the Panthers were like, no, we're just going to come back and put 7 back on you. And yeah, I can't argue with that shout at all, B-Dog. My stud, and I'm going to kind of copy Joe a little bit and go for a homer, but it isn't strictly a homer pick. I think you'll kind of agree with my thought process. I'm going Marcus Jones. Before the game on Monday, he needed 1 punt return to be eligible to be statistically counted in punt returns. He needed 1 punt return to go no yards, and he would have been statistically the best all time in terms of points and yards based on averages. He took that punt return to the house, which only helped his cause. I think statistically being the best all time at something, there's some crazy guys with crazy stats on punt returns. I think I'd heard of the punt return for touchdown statistic, and I can't remember what it was, but it was on a BTGE quiz, and it was the most touchdowns ever for on punt returns, and it's loads there. I thought if a guy had 4 or 5 in his career, that's mint. I'm sure it's the records. Joe
Hester holds it with 14. Yeah,
14. It's crazy. Jones now has 5, I think, 4 or 5. But I think strictly last week, that's what I'm giving it to him for. But being completely honest, he's been absolutely electric at slot corner this year. He's the only player currently in the NFL that scored a touchdown on offense, defense, and special teams. And he's honestly one of my favorite players. So I'm chuffed to put him in, but he's my stud of the week. Marcus Jones. Let's have it, boy.
Yeah, he's indeed at 5, and he's just tied with Antoine Randall, who is now the Bears wide receiver coach. So, yeah, good.
There you go.
Just to squeeze it in, though, because we didn't get to do it last week, I think honourable mention to, what's his name, Elijah Clark? From the Cowboys.
That play was crazy.
Just gets knocked down twice on the gunner run. Just keeps running, and then gets the force fumble. Just unreal play, absolutely unreal play. Just way to hustle. Just that, I think that's the attitude change in the Cowboys is they just want it a bit more at this point in the season. They're just a bit hungry, so they're just waiting to put it in safe. Just incredible.
The best thing I seen was. Oh, sorry, go on, B.
I'm just saying that secured the game for us.
Yeah, absolutely.
He was electric, man. It was electric. The guy that I seen put it the best way was unbelievably Rex Ryan. He said it was teaching tape for both ends of the spectrum. So when he gets absolutely flattened, that's how not to. But how he reacts is exactly how to. Because he gets absolutely flattened, gets up and then runs another 60, 70 yards probably across the field and down the field and makes a play. Absolutely unbelievable, and you're getting pumped up for that, aren't you? If one of you guys makes a play like that,
yeah,
of course you are, man. I think that Joe. That's a great shout. Kev, did you not get the green shirt? No, absolutely not. No.
Happy coincidence, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Brandon as well. I love that. Yeah, great shot. Any other honorary mentions for last week?
I'm sure there is enough to mind.
Tell you what, I'll go for it. I think obviously prior to because we would have made these picks before the games last week, Matthew Stafford had to have been in there. What was it,
Mm.
22 touchdowns or something without throwing a pick, something mental like that. You kind of got to chuck him in for one of the studs last week if we'd have done it last week. Absolutely unreal stuff. Did you see that the NFL had put before the week 12, before the week 13 games, the NFL had put a post on about Matthew Stafford and captioned it 9, and then he went out and threw two interceptions when they lost the game.
That's really funny.
Oh, you love to see it. Yeah, love to see it. B-Dog, any for last week?
Yeah, my honorable mention would probably have to be the Seahawks defense. I mean, that offense did jack that game pretty much, and that defense literally saved them.
Yeah, man. I mean, Jackson Smith and Jigba got. I'm sure
2
he got
catches for
held
23.
to less yards than his jersey number, was it? How many yards did he get?
No, it was 2 catches for 23 yards.
And what does he wear? Oh, no, he wears 11. Oh, I was maybe wrong then. But still, though, you're talking about a guy that was on pace for 2,000 yards.
Oh, he'll still get it.
Yeah.
I don't know how many he needs. I think
He's on 1,336 now, and he's got 5 games left. He needs to get 700 yards in 5 games, which is over
150-ish.
Depends how it's another one of those things. Depends how soon they clinch, and depends if they need to play seriously in the last game or not. So,
yeah,
man, he's on 16.3 yards per reception, though, which is bananas. Just that's ridiculous. Yeah, that's it. Well.
Right, let's get on to some duds, boys. Who have we got?
I'm going to start us off with Marvin Harrison Jr. I genuinely, off the top of my head, I can't honestly say like what his performance even was in the game, but I'm saying he's getting duds solely for the fact that after the Cardinals lost, and there was an interviewer like interviewing him in the changing room after the game. She said, "How does it feel to be knocked out of the playoffs?" And his eyes widened and went, "Oh, is that us knocked out of the playoffs?" And if you're an NFL player and it's your job to win football games, if you don't know the playoff implications going into a game, like what the hell are you doing? If there isn't a little thing in the back of your head that's going, this is what we need, this is like make or break, this is our playoff game, like this is winning in, or like we're losing, we're out. If you don't have that mentality, what are you doing? And I know he's not been in the ideal situation. I think he's being misused. Like at this point, it's like getting a receiver of that caliber nowadays and just running him on like boundary routes. He does need moved around. Like a lot of the other number ones in the league to create mismatches. They've not got the most out of him, but it's just it doesn't seem to have that like attitude and like energy that like I don't know Jamar Chase has or like JJ has or these are really elite guys have. And if you don't know going into the game the playoff implications, like what are you doing? Just what are you doing?
I've got a theory there, Joe. I think this. Not all time, and you know, there's plenty of examples that this isn't the case for, but you do see it more with. So what I'm going to say is, NFL players that dad was an elite player think that they're automatically just going to be the two off the top of the head. Obviously, Marvin Harrison and Shador, just God-given right that I'm going to be as good as my dad was. Yes, different position in the Sanders case, but it's just it. I just don't think it's coincidence that. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. Some people want him to go.
There was Bears fans saying
like,
that we should trade up for him.
1-2 that year. There was Patriots fans wanting us to take him before, like over Drake May. Which in hindsight, you go, what? But it was a genuine thing, and I think, kind of Shador's always going to be a hot topic of people that like him and not don't like him, but buy in or don't buy in. But I think he's another one. Like they're just, I think if your dad was like an elite guy, like you know Sanders and Harrison. then I don't know. Do the kids just think, well, my dad was this, so I'm going to be that? Because you look at like McCaffrey, say, like Ed was a good football player. Was he Marvin Harrison Senior? But maybe you guys will tell me otherwise, but I don't think so. And I think maybe something can be said for if your dad, like, is Brady's son going to come out and just be a pure little knob because he's Brady's son?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's I'm agree. Like, there's a potential for it, and it seems to me like it's not too much of a coincidence. And look, I might be wrong, and they might lightning might have struck twice, and they both might just have in what I perceive as questionable attitudes. But Marvin Harrison Jr. came in, everyone was up his ass as he got drafted. He was going to be the best wide receiver prospect of all time. And Shador came in like he's already, an MVP player. Like, not to change the subject from Harrison, but Shador the other day, like, imagine a full off season, it's going to be scary. Well, based on what? And I'm sorry, last week he wasn't that good.
No.
Yes,
Progress
he beat
is
the
not always
Raiders
linear
in his first game. Like, you beat the Raiders, yeah, well done. Like, he says,
Progress
I'm not
isn't
going to
linear.
fail, is what he said. I'm not going to fail. Well, that's not up to you. Well, it is, but you're not automatically not going to fail. It's what you do from now. And yeah, to get back onto your pick, Joe, Marvin Harrison, from all the hype coming out,
I think sharing the first name makes it worse as well. Like, there's one of the guys from The Ringer always says that if he was just called like Jeff Harrison or something, just didn't have the name, like he would have went like 15th or something. He wouldn't have went anywhere near his side, but just because he shares the name and like all the other stuff, I just think it's like piled it on and just created all this hype. And I think as well, like Ohio State, the last like 10 years has just became like wide receiver year. There's just all this talent coming out of it. And like ironically, it's like Jackson Smith and Jigba who went like 19th. Who picked 20th for the first round in 2023, who's turning out to be the best one. So I don't know. I don't think he's a bust, but I just think he's got to make some changes. I reckon.
Yeah, you want him to help his team more. You want him to help his team more because they're struggling. And when I get confused between the running back and the receiver. The receiver's Michael Wilson, right? Carter's the running back. When the guy on your team that is the best receiver there is Michael Carter, Wilson. Sorry, I just did it again. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I'm trying to think of an example of another elite guy this isn't a slam, kind of a thing. It's on the same round, but Jerry Rice's son came out, and did he go undrafted in the end, or he was
picked 7th round. So,
he was late. Not heard of him since.
He actually went to Chargers, didn't he?
Might not be an attitude thing, honestly, but it just shows you like your name and who your dad is doesn't necessarily mean that you're just going to be like that.
Well, he's on the Raiders now, apparently.
Yeah, well, there you go.
So that's very weird. So basically, he went to the Chargers. The ESPN tagline before you click the link says Seahawks. And you click the link, and then he's got a Pats jersey on, and then now he's on the Raiders. So he's clearly been bouncing around a little bit in the one.
He was on the Pats.
Apparently, I'm looking at a picture of him in a Pats jersey. I don't know if that's just. All
right.
I had no idea.
Mate, I watch training camp every year. I don't know when I missed that.
So he this year, this preseason alone, he was on the Patriots, Seahawks, and Raiders practice squads. So yeah,
did not know.
Oh, no.
Right, back on topic. B-Dog, who's your dud?
You know what? I've been talking so much about stuff I completely forgot. No, my dud for this week would probably have to be. 9 is obviously the easy one.
Which one?
Just how he's performed, but honestly, I think it might just be the Eagles organization because you can't be letting it slip away from such a powerful. You can say it's a homer pick all you want, but I mean, how do you get what were they at 1.7-1? How do you get to that and then just throw it away in the last month? Like there must be. It can't just be the players and it can't just be the coaches. The organisation must be just given up.
Yeah, I mean,
What more do you
I'll
want?
bring us in so you can hear us, but I think it's a fair shout, B Dog. The talent that them guys have got on both sides of the ball. Yeah, absolutely right. I don't know what is there anything different from
I
last
mean,
year?
what they lost Milton Williams. You picked him up, Kev, for the Patriots. You paid him a
Yeah,
load of
well,
money.
yeah,
But they've still got Jalen Carter, who's undisputed one of the best D tackles. They've had a few good players from some other D tackles, so it can't be that. Edge
Brandon
rushing
Graham's
wise,
come back.
yeah, I mean, edge rushing wise, offensive line hasn't changed, running back hasn't changed, quarterback hasn't changed, receivers haven't changed. Nothing's changed on that offense at all, really.
I'll tell you
But
what's
they just
changed,
can't
B.
compete them.
Attitudes.
Yeah,
They've won a
probably.
Super Bowl and receivers are twining now they're not getting the ball. So I mean, we spoke about it early on in the season. They didn't know how to do both.
Yep.
Initially, they were just running it and weren't throwing it, and then the receivers started twining, so they started throwing it, and then Saquon's doing nothing, and then they're throwing it but not to the right guy. So AJ Brown spits his dummy out, and he's not getting the ball anymore, so they're throwing it just to him, and it's a complete mess. I think you've absolutely smashed it. Like the attitude and just in that building must be rank. I think.
Yeah, I think the big thing. There's not been major personnel changes. Like yes, Lane Johnson was a bit hurt, and there's been one or two things. The big change really has been losing Kellen Moore, and obviously him going to the
Yes,
Saints.
yeah,
I
that's
think
right.
this is kind of what I was saying before about like you lose that creative mind, and like the Eagles, for instance, this year they're the third worst team in running stuff rate, as in like how often their runs get stuffed behind the line. And the only teams worse than them are the Raiders and the Browns, which is unfathomable comparing it to last year. And the things as well, they run so little motion. Like they're only using play action like 11% of plays. So there's no motion. So basically what they're trying to do is they're trying to be the same team as last year, but they're facing like 44% stacked boxes. So they just can't run. There's just not the space there. So it doesn't matter if you've got Saquon. It doesn't matter if you still got like the O line. I mean, they lost Mekhi Becton. He's been doing all right out in LA for the Chargers, but like he wasn't like the star player. You still got like Mayata and all this other stuff, but the creativity is not there. You're not seeing that mismatches, and you just can't do it. And the thing is, they keep finding themselves in the cycle where, basically, like a few years ago when they made the first Super Bowl run against the Chiefs, the organization put Shane Steichen and the head coach in place at the same time themselves. Then obviously Steichen got the Colts job, and then why am I blanking on his name? He's the Eagles head coach. Totally blanking his name.
Sirianni.
Yeah, thank you, Sirianni. Yeah, Sirianni picked his own guy, and they're awful, and they absolutely suck. And then basically, ownership steps in again. GM steps in, gets Kellen Moore in place. They're good again. They win a Super Bowl. Then they let Sirianni pick again for some reason, and he picks someone awful again. And it's like, stop giving him the choice. Like, there's an argument that Sirianni's a decent, like, vibes and locker room guy, but, like, he clearly isn't the offensive guy. Stop letting him pick it. It's going wrong. It's just going to be... I mean, I don't know if you saw the Eagles, though, so he got his house egged by Eagles fans. Because they're so upset with the performance, even though they're, like, what, 8-4 still? Like, they egged his house.
Booing the team off the field and egging the guy's house.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.
I mean, I've said it for a long, long time, but I've tried to explain it to like guys that don't watch football, like, because I think the big thing over here is people talk about the fans are like sitting together and like it not being like football over here. And it is the case, but what I always go to is Eagles fans when I'm trying to explain it to people, because that fan base will destroy their city if they win or if they lose. They make no sense. They're like a different. They're a different breed. They're a different breed. But yeah, B Dog. I think it's a good shout. I'm going to go along a fairly similar line. I'm going to go for the New York Giants because of Abdul Carter. Basically, depending on which version of events you believe, he was benched for the first quarter against the Patriots because he either fell asleep in a team meeting or he was loudly watching porn in a team meeting.
Surely not.
So, which, like, fair enough, like, that he would have been my dud. But you're talking about a team that probably needs all the help that they can get, and it's a new interim head coach, and he's thought, no, I'll take one of her best pieces on defense off the field for a full quarter. By the time he's seen the field, there was 17-0 down. And
Yeah.
I get the professionalism, and I get you cannot fall asleep and or watch porn in a team meeting. Obviously, that's fine him. Like, leave him out for a drive, or like the full quarter seems like overkill.
Yeah.
And I just think I can't pick if he's at fault or, well, no, he's at fault and they're at fault. I can't pick which one's more dud material out of the Giants organization for doing that, or Abdul Carter for doing what he did. And I think you could make a case that either of them are a big old dud. And yeah, that's mine. I don't know what your thoughts are, boys. I don't know if you've seen the crap
Yeah,
without.
So I've heard the first one was because when they fired Dable and got the new coach in, is that there was a change in schedule. So he was getting physio when the team meeting was on, apparently. Which, if that is true, the fact that like your organization is that dysfunctional that you can't get that communicated properly, and that you don't have like just people around just to make sure that everyone's aware of that and that there isn't conflict clashes. That's just poor running. And yeah, so I don't know. I've not heard like stuff around the new one, but the thing is, unfortunately, the reality of the situation is some positions are just more not needed, but like comparing this to the Cowboys, for instance, there was that thing about CD and Pickens went out in Vegas for the Vegas away game, which the receivers, the divas, they're going to do it. Apparently, Pickens the next day missed the bus, which is not great. So he sat out a quarter. The thing is, you can survive a quarter without a receiver kind of a bit more than you can without one of your main pass rushers. Like, that's a lot more impact on the game, arguably, especially early.
Yeah, you can't win a game in the first quarter, but you can lose it.
Yeah, you can scheme around like keeping your receiver out to make a point, but in terms of giving another team loads more time in the pocket because you're sitting your third overall pick pass rusher, whatever it was, second, third. Like, I think that's a bit more egregious. And I did the same thing before as well, where, and I do agree, I don't think there's any point not firing the GM as well at the start of the season. I think there's a limited point doing it mid-year. Like, I think they have to fire him anyway, because like the Bears have only just breaking out of the cycle now, where if you don't fire them in sync, you just end up with a GM and a head coach you didn't hire, or vice versa, and you just don't break the cycle, and it's just a waste of time. So they're gonna have to fire him anyway. But he's not done anything to save his job. He single-handedly was so bad on off-season hard enough that they're never doing it again because they came off so badly, which is a show that they have release rights over and could have dictated how they looked. And yeah, I totally agree. Just absolutely shambles in the organisation.
While I'm on it, I'll start the honourable mentions or dishonourable mentions because it's studs. I wanted to mention Jackson Dart as well. That boy's just trying to get himself killed.
He's an idiot. Like,
I mean,
it's great to watch as a neutral. Like,
he's had two concussions already this year. He's not even played the whole year. He's only played half of it. He's been out with concussion twice. He's took 2 or 3 hits in the game against the Patriots. One on the sideline where he's not getting any more yards. He's not making any more yards. The sideline's right there. Just step out. He gets lit up. Then his offensive line come over and kick off. And so basically it got it down to like a 3rd and short. Got lit up off Christian Ellis on the sideline. His offensive lineman come over, kick off, get an unsportsmanlike penalty and cost them 15 yards. It's now 3rd and 18 or something. They don't get the first down. There's another one. He's hanging in the pocket, which, yeah, fair dues. After about 5 seconds, he tries to escape the pocket, realizes he needs to go down, goes down a little bit late, gets rocked again. And in his press conference after the game, he said something along the lines of, "Yeah, well, this is how I've played my whole life. Like it's football. It's not soccer. This is how you play." Yes, mate, but you've played against athletes the same they're in the same stage developmentally. Like
Yeah.
a 19, 20-year-old hitting a 19, 20-year-old isn't going to hit the same as a 29-year-old linebacker hitting you at that stage of your life. And I get that everyone's playing at the same level, but developmentally as a human being, your body isn't being hit off a linebacker in the NFL is completely different than being hit off a linebacker in college or in high school or whatever. And I think you need to learn fast because, I mean, and Joe, you guys maybe had the same thing with Caleb, but we had it with Drake last year and at the start of this year where he was trying to escape, running and taking hits. And one of the biggest things for Drake was learning how to go down because you're not doing your team any good by being on the bench or being in concussion protocol. I don't know if it's something Caleb's had, is it?
Yeah, well, I think there was just the whole Caleb's thing was like just take the easy out, like take the little 5 yards sideline run, take the sort of like the track down, like just take the little simple things that are being offered and just like take the first down, take the 5 yards, move on, try again next play, just trying to like rather than try to be safe one. But I think the worst thing about Jackson's art is like even if you like, overlook the fact of like, you know, you see like you're not rescuing the season, like what are you fighting this hard for? There is an element of self-preservation. But I saw a clip of like the thing John Gruden does with like I don't know if it's freshmen or high schoolers or like quite young, not sort of mature college kids, but like that sort of age group. And he's telling him all this, and he's saying like, "Look, I really like watching you play, but you need to be more self-preservative. Otherwise, you're just going to get injured. You're going to be on concussion protocol all the time, and you're not going to play." And it's been absolutely right, and that's all that's happened. And if he doesn't change, that's all that's going to continue to happen.
Right, really quickly, boys, because we are pushing time a little bit now. Any other honourable mentions? No. Right, let's get into some pick'ems. I'm not sure I've got any screenshots stats prepared. I can't remember. There might be from last week. And for pushing time, anyway. Okay, fair enough.
Mine one is finally all three of our teams have made Brady's top 10 power rankings. He has the Patriots at 1, the Bears at 3, which is mental, and then the Cowboys have just scraped in at 10. So,
how about them Cowboys?
Great records is great. So.
Right, boys, let's get into some pick'ems.
This is our year.
Oh Christ! It's obviously the part of the podcast where we go through our pick'em league, go through the fixtures coming for this week. And we kind of talk about who we're taking. We have to take them, and then the loser of the league at the end of the season does the last show of the season, dressed as a cheerleader, I believe.
Which we got a sneak preview of the outfits on awards night. And
Mum showed us the outfits at the awards night. Joe's is an absolute doozy.
It's to be fair, it is. It really is.
She's done me and B-Dog pretty solid, and I'm praying for a Joe loss.
I feel like I'm being hazed, to be honest. It's very much welcome to you guys.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Right, first game up, boys. B-Dog's Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions.
How about the Cowboys, man? Like, just please. I would just, if we could just put the Lions to bed and not have to worry about them, just have to focus on one of the NFC North team, I'd be so happy. So just please, I'd really appreciate it. It's good.
I'm going to say exactly the same, and then I'll pass it to B-Dog because it's his team. I think the Cowboys are hot, the Lions are not. But B-Dog, what are you going for?
I think the Lions win this one.
Oh, shut up, man.
No, you do not. Look at this.
No, how about them Cowboys? Yeah, no, we should be fine. Yeah, I mean, every time we play the Lions, it's always some sort of dramatic end. Like even last year with the Decker catch that was ruled ineligible, and it was all that going up to the referee and talking and all that stuff. And who knows what happened? We're not going to get into that right now. Cowboys came away with the win, but I think obviously CD last week had a big game that put some confidence back into him. Pickens happily took a back seat. I mean, when you saw CD scored, you see Pickens and CD doing the same dance, like 60 yards away from each other. Like they like playing together, which is always good to see in your wide receivers. Like And like you said, it's like having 2-1s. I think the run game, it's getting better again, like it was the start of the year. But it's always in the back pocket. Dax again playing at MVP caliber level, like he does every year until the playoffs. So hopefully that
He's not
gets
playing at
broken.
Drake Mayer level. What are you on about?
Yeah, yourself. So yeah, and again that defense, 5-man front's working. Clowney is currently, I don't know if he's going to be active for tonight, which would be a big loss. But Amon Ross St. Brown, he's currently questionable.
I was going to
Which would
say,
be
yeah, speaking of
big
receivers,
one
yeah.
for them. And they've got, I think
Just in time for the
Decker's
playoffs
also
in fantasy,
eligible.
yeah.
Yeah. And I think Decker's also ineligible. And Terry Arnold, one of the best quarterbacks, he's out for the season now with shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
So it could be a good game. Cowboys are just getting all those players back, and everyone else is losing them. So it could be fun.
Still up
But
to
yeah,
watch it
the
be.
Cowboys. Am I shite?
That's the spirit.
I think it was 5 at work.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
All right. Moving on, the Seattle Seahawks and the Atlanta Falcons. Is this an open and shut, boys, or?
Yeah, I think to be fair, like the Falcons are almost a dead nomination just because they just keep losing embarrassing games. And yeah, there's just so many things to trade them over is awful. I think I did pick them as deads a few weeks ago. Just embarrassing. I think the Falcons are just a mess. And yeah, I just think Seahawks win the Bird Bowl.
Yeah, again, I think Seattle's offense was a big picture for the first 10 weeks of this season. And obviously they've had a few quiet weeks, realistically compared to what they were. And the defense is, a lot of people didn't really notice the defense playing well. And now it's kind of shown in the last couple of weeks that defense can win games when the offense is having a bad week. So I think realistically they've got a good, solid team at the moment. And yeah, I think they've got to beat the Falcons without long penis Penix. Kirko changes in.
Oh, poor Kirk. What's happened to him, man? I completely agree. I think the Seahawks. I think if you think for a second that Jackson Smith and Jigba's not going to go mental after last week's game,
Yeah.
I think you've got another thing coming. I've took the Seahawks as well. I think that NFC West is going to come down to the wire, man.
Oh yeah.
Drake London's not practiced this week either, so like.
Yeah, I mean the Seahawks, they're doing everything well. Like you mentioned, the defense, B-Dog, the passing game's obviously crazy. The running game is absolutely mental. Walker and Charbonnet are going crazy. Yeah, I think that the Seahawks put up some points, to be honest, on the Falcons. I think Falcons are coming off a loss against the Jets. I think I took the Jets last week and to beat them. Yeah, man. Yeah. 3 for the Seahawks, right? The Pittsburgh Feelers and the Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
Go on,
yeah. Well, no, I mean, go on. I spoke first, so you go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think this one, again, I think the Ravens are starting to look like the Ravens we've seen for the last few years, over the last couple of weeks. Still don't think they're up there. Obviously, they just paid Mike Andrews a ridiculous contract. So they don't see them moving on from him anytime soon. Because I thought Mike Andrews was going to be gone and they were going to bring Lively into that position to take over. But obviously, like Andrews a bit more. So,
I mean, you say that, B-Dog, they got absolutely battered off the Bengals last week, and the week before, they struggled to beat the Jets.
I know, but they are coming up. Obviously, Henry's now 33, so he's pushing that ball of how long can you be a bruiser back for. I mean, all of them have had it. So, but I do think, I think in this situation, I think the Bengals, the Ravens, because Karen has obviously got his hand cast on at the moment.
Yeah, he looks rough, doesn't it?
So he's not 100%. Mason Rudolph didn't look too great last week. So I think it's just the Ravens pipping the post and just putting a bit more pressure on the AFC.
Yeah, I mean, before we get into any more, because as always, we answer every chat that comes in. Chat on YouTube, silent static. Ben Johnson or Sean McVay? Who do you choose at coach?
Just sexiest or best coach thing.
I mean, you can't even at this stage you can't dismiss Sean McVay and everything he's done. But I very much see Ben Johnson as the next Sean McVay. Young offensive genius, first head coaching role, absolutely smashing it. If the projection of the Bears is kind of going to keep going like that, we could see a very similar kind of trajectory career-wise. I think they're very, very similar. I just think Ben Johnson's Sean McVay maybe 10 years later.
Yeah.
Right, the Ravens for me. Pittsburgh, like you said there, B-Dog, Curran's wrist in a cast. He's overthrowing people. The receivers are running the wrong routes. I don't know if you've seen this. Curran basically came out last week, sold his receivers down the river, and then said, "Oh, but I was overthrowing balls as well." So he's learning. He's selling his teammates out and then putting it on himself as well. But
he's learned at the age of 41. I'm sure he'll be one day now would be any day now would be a good team.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go the Ravens as well. As much as they've looked poor the last couple of weeks, they've actually started giving Derrick Henry the ball, and it's just that. And I said it before. I do think that they'll end up figuring it out and coming hot at about the right time. And I think they've just got too much for this Pittsburgh team.
But don't you know that Adam Thielen on less than a week is going to make all the difference here? Because it's.
I love that. Is another one because 2 receivers this year. We spoke about DK last time, wanting to go and play for a contender, so he sacked the Patriots off the Steelers. Thielen wanted to leave the Vikings to go and play for a contender and sign for the Steelers as well. Which I don't know what all the
and begged him to come back. Begged him to come back to retire a Viking, and then begged for his release to ring chase, and then went to the Steelers of all things.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, Joey, who are you taking in this one, mate?
Yeah, Ravens. Only thing I'll say is that I think the AFC North is the new AFC South. On a whole, I think that in terms of worst division in football, I think the guard has changed there. I just, in terms of currently where they are now, I'm not saying like next season or future prediction. I just think currently where they are. Like, I think the AFC South as a whole is better than the AFC North currently.
Fair enough.
But yeah,
Ravens finish. Right, the Bagels and the Bills.
I kind of think this decides the division here. I kind of think if the Bengals win this, the Bills need to panic, and then I think if the Bills win this, the Bengals season's over. So for the vibes and just because it'll be interesting, I'll put Bengals. But I think this could go either way. You've got Burrow just playing like a psychopath and just I don't know, just like the Undertaker, just sort of like risen and just refuses to let a season die. And then you've got Buffalo just being Buffalo. So yeah, just for the vibes, I went Bengals.
So I'm going Bagels as well. I think that they're coming off a shit hot win last week. That's everything that I said a little bit earlier on. The defense has actually not looked absolutely horrendous for the last 2 weeks now. Joe Shiesty's back. Obviously, that receiving cause still crazy. I think they're kind of figuring it out. They've got a sneaky chance at getting into the playoffs. It's very sneaky, but a sneaky chance. And like you alluded to, Joe, the Bills, I don't think are anywhere near. They can't throw the ball down the field. Like, they've got a quarterback that can throw the ball all over the place, but they've got no one to throw to. And when you only have to defend against not Rashid Shaheed, James Cook, Jesus Christ, where did that come from? And that's all you've got to do, then you defend it. Khalil Shakir was what I was going for, the only receiver they've got. Now, Dalton Kincaid might come back this week, but like you said there, Joe, if the Bills lose this week, and all you have to do is lose another game, and they're done. They play the Patriots next week.
I think this is largest playoff implications of the week. I think the Bills, have the highest swing. If they win, they go up to 92. If they lose, they go to 64. And then the Bengals, if they win, go up to 4%. And if they lose, they go to less than 1. So I think that's probably the biggest range of player publications in a single game. So.
Hey, I think I think they've got a chance, man. I think they've got a chance. Yeah, I'm going the Bengals. B-Dog, who are you going?
I'm going to go with the Bills.
Okay.
I just think this is why I like going first, because I love leaving Brad in the situation where he gets to just choose. If we develop it, somebody he just gets to go the other way. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's fair, man. It's fair.
Yeah,
Right,
no,
the
I think
Titans.
Josh Allen can't lose.
Oh, go on.
I was going to say, I don't think Josh Allen can not make the playoffs. I mean, yeah, like you said, he's got hardly any receivers. It's just James Cook, but
Wouldn't it be a cruel twist of fate if the year Patrick Mahomes doesn't make the playoffs, Josh Allen also doesn't?
Oh.
Right, moving on. The Tennessee Titans and the Cleveland Steamers.
the trash ball.
Yeah, this is the worst going to do.
Yeah, this is tank ball, man. I'm going to say the Steamers. The Titans. They might be the worst team that I've seen. They might be the worst team that I've seen. They've got absolutely nothing going for them. Like I don't know. And
I think Colin looks decent, but
I don't. Every time I see him, he's overthrowing somebody by about 20 yards.
I've overthrown who, like the ghost of Calvin Ridley. Like it's, you know what I mean? It's like the rookie. You can't think. What's his name? Amanda something. But he's got the rookie's decent, the new receiver. But it's such a talent devoid team. Oh yeah, that's the one. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know. Like he's played some of the players. He's made it really good. I think there's a lot of promise. It just is a dumpster fire of a team on a way to fire the coach. It's not a great situation. I think there's a lot of optimism there. But I've chosen them this week just for the vibes. I thought I usually don't hedge my bets and go for a few underdogs, so I'm going to go for it this week. I've just went from the Gurk. But yeah, I think this is a game. I think I'm saying it 3 weeks in a row, but like if you're sitting here watching just this game, do something else with your time. Please seek help. Because this is not going to be an entertaining game.
I'll tell you why it's worth watching. Right. Cam Ward is the most sacked quarterback in the league.
Oh, yeah, Myles Garrett.
Myles Garrett needs 3.5 sacks
for
the
damn.
record.
Oh, damn. And he's not going to care because he's on a terrible team. It's not going to achieve nothing. He's going to sit on the sideline for 40 million and just not care.
Yeah, but, it's worth watching. B-Dog, who you got?
I've got Cleveland as well, I think. I think out of everything, they're a more complete team somehow.
Nice find. That's a way to put it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, Myles Garrett here should dominate and maybe have another 5-sack game, break that record, and have so many sacks in a season that it's not going to get touched again for another 30, 40 years.
Yeah, exactly, man, exactly.
I think he moves next year. I think he gets traded. I don't think he sticks it out. I don't think he can set. I think he looks at this off-season and thinks he can't do another few years and then just goes. So.
Unless they're willing to trade him, though, mate. What's he going to do?
I think they've got all the leverage, though. I think there's no way he's got 40 million a year without some leverage. Like, it's definitely sort of. He'll have something in the contract breaking for us.
Yeah. Before we move on to the next one, boys, because again we answer all the chats. Is the 2024 QB class the best of all time? Yes.
I think it could end up being. I'm trying to. What would be the contender for that? I'm trying to think. Probably the
Manning Rivers year, maybe.
Yeah, probably because the sort of Mahomes this year has kind of fell off now that Watson's became Watson. So that's not really in the running.
The T-Law, Trey Lance, Mac Jones.
Oh God!
To be fair, 20. What year was Baker?
2016. Was it?
No, that was Goff's year. Baker was 2018, wasn't it? Because in hindsight, that might have a sneaky comeback with like Darnold and because that was Mayfield, Darnold, Josh Allen, Josh Rosen, and Lamar Jackson. So I mean, a combination of Mayfield, Darnold, Allen, and Lamar Jackson. I think he's currently probably in the front runner.
Don't forget about the 05 draft because there was, Big Ben, Eli Manning, Philip Rivers.
Yeah.
Another
Yeah.
thing, yeah, Aaron Rodgers got taken.
Yeah. I think if you look at, I mean, obviously we're talking about the 2024 class in 2025. You know,
Yeah.
the guys have had a year and a half. But if things stay the way they are right now, the top 4 quarterbacks taken in, no, it won't be the top 4 actually, but 4 of the top 5 quarterbacks taken in that class will have played in the playoffs within the first 2 years.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jaden last year went all the way to the NFC Championship game. Bo made it last year as well. May and Caleb both sat at number 1 seed until obviously Denver played this weekend and probably win. But yeah, I think there's potential for it. If we look at it in 5 years' time, there's no reason why 1 or 2 of these couldn't have played in the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Right, back to the thing because we're really pushing.
Right off.
Right, Colts Jags.
Jags.
Oh, see, I'm taking the Colts, but it's another huge game that they're everywhere this week. I think the Jags. You don't know which T-Law is going to turn up, and I'm saying that as someone that's got him in fantasy, man.
All of a sudden, Danny Dimes got a fractured fibula.
Well, that's true. That's true. But there's a guy in the backfield called Jonathan Taylor, and
Yeah.
you know,
True.
but yeah, I'm going Colts. You guys both going Jags. Fair dues. The Commies and the Vikings.
Commies.
Yeah, commies as well. The Vikings look. The Pua, was it Brosmer is called? Bless him.
Oh yeah, I know.
That first pick was like the most rookie mistake I've ever seen. I think just take the sack, go down. He just launches it nowhere, and it just goes south from there because he actually looked all right before that. And yeah, bless them. No one's coming to help them, either. No one's coming to help them. It's JGR busting it. The Miami Dolphins against the New York Jets.
Yeah, screw it, Jets.
Yeah.
Which lung do you want the cancer in?
Let's go Jets just for the crack.
Yeah, I'm gonna go the Dolphins. I think the Dolphins have kind of more
Talented players.
more ways that they can hurt you than the Jets do. I'll put it that way. But right, the Saints and the Bucks.
Bucks, surely, like for the love of God.
Yeah, open and shut again, isn't it? The Saints absolutely stink. The Bucks getting the guys back. They've just opened the window for Mike Evans.
Yep.
Which is fantastic news. Here we go. The Broncos and the Raiders.
Broncos. Surely, just
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I know. I said earlier that the Broncos keep having games where they just squeeze by. I cannot imagine that this is one of them because that Raiders team, it's bad. That is a bad team. The LA Rams and the Arizona Cardinals.
God.
Thank you.
You know, just because I want it to happen, I'm going to say God.
The Rams lose 2 in a row.
Just because I want it to happen so much. Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to go Rams.
I'm also going Rams.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm
when B-Dog's going against the Cards, it's something, man.
I don't know why I'm choosing danger this week. I feel like this is this week could get me in the cheerleader outfit, but whatever. Let's go for it.
Right. Mark's waiting for it.
Get
the Chicago Bears against the Green Bay Packers.
Go Bears. Get wrecked. It's okay. I'll never not pick the Bears. This is like, have you ever seen that picture of like it's Mike Ditka on like a panel in like one of the years, the many years we were awful, and there's like 12 people who put predictions, and it's just Packers, and then it's Mike Ditka just like don't care, choosing Bears, and it's like that's it, man. I don't care. It's Bears all the way. Bears.
B.
I don't know. Like this is a tough game. This could be the game of the week. Like
massive game.
Huge game. There's huge games everywhere. It's crazy.
It's a raging game.
I think it might be. Oh God, I don't know.
I'll tell you what. I'll leave you to decide because I'm going to go for the Packers. Sorry, Joe. Don't get me wrong. I want
the alliance is broken.
More than anything the Bears to win. I've never hid the fact that I'm not a Jordan Love guy. I don't think It's it. But Toyota-thon's on. That man, when Toyota-thon's on, is a different animal. It's crazy. I just think you kind of mentioned it a little bit before, Joe. You've had little squeaky bum time games, and I think going into, is it at Lambeau?
Yeah.
Not an easy place to play. Look, there's every chance. I mean, Sleeper's got it 27% to 73%. I think it's far closer than that.
Yeah.
I think it's a toss-up. I really do. What I'm doing is I'm picking the team that I want to lose in hope that the Pick'em gods give me an L on this one, so that the Bears win. And
Love it.
but I think either way.
I think I'm gonna have to go Pack Go.
Oh,
Joe.
well, hey, I'll be
man.
good. That's it. I'm here.
We're sorry. I want the Bears to win, mate. I do apologise. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's all right. It's all right. I'm here. Hey, we're here for it. People have doubted us all year. This is like the third game in a row that like we've been underdogs and we've pulled off. So like we'll take it.
It's the schedule, man. You've had a piss easy schedule.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm just waiting to see what the excuses about the Packers if we beat them.
Oh
If
man,
we said
they'll change the narrative because we beat the Bills and it didn't count, and then we beat the Bucks and it didn't count either. So it's fine. Right, the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Texans won.
What did you say, B?
Texans.
3 for 3. I've got Texans as well. Sleeper's got it 38% chance probability for the Texans, and I think the favourites there. I really do. The way the Texans are playing at the minute, Stroud kind of looking a little bit like rookie Stroud, and that defense, man, that defense is absolutely crazy. It's lights out at the minute. And the Chiefs, not a secret, is it? They're struggling.
Yep.
Even with all the guys back, like they're struggling. The Spags defense doesn't look like a Spags defense.
Well, yeah.
You know, I don't know what else to say to that. I'm going Texans, and I think it makes it more interesting in the South if the Texans win as well.
Oh yeah, sure.
Right, final game, boys. Tuesday morning for us, the last Monday night game, the Philadelphia Eagles and the LA Chargers.
I'm gonna go Chargers. I think they pulled this off. I think the Eagles are sort of in a bit of turmoil. And yeah, I like the Chargers here. I just think they're a more sort of stable team right now. Yeah, Chargers. I'd say Chargers.
I'm going to take Chargers, but pray as well, because if we beat the Lions tonight and the Chargers win, it's just one game, baby. That's all it is.
Jalen Carter's out, so you never know. Anything can happen.
I'm gonna go the Eagles for this one. I'm going the Eagles because partly because of the potential that they've got, and I know we've been saying it all year long. They are still 8-4, and I think the Chargers' offensive line has a lot to deal with that Eagles' defensive line, and I think the game kind of gets decided through there.
Yeah.
The Chargers, a lot's dependent on what Herbert's like. He's having surgery this week. He said he wants to play, but how do we know he even plays? Because you're not telling me if Trey Lance goes out there, you're picking the Chargers to be the Eagles, because they're not.
I don't know. Like, he's got 100% pass completion this year.
Oh, shut up. I think a lot of it depends on Daddy Herb and how he comes out of the next few days. I've not had an update. I've not seen anything, but yeah, I'm going to go the Eagles. Really quickly, because we're going to go. We normally go at about 8:30, but last comment on the chat. Silent Static, we really appreciate you joining us, and I don't think we've seen this guy before or girl. It was this new guy, girl. Subscribe. We're here every week. Well, mostly. Go follow us on Instagram and TikTok at NerdyFLPod. Right. I feel like the Sauce Gardner Colts trade was massive bust. Sorry, no one's still talking about it. Still losing, and now he's hurt. Yep, completely agree. I said it at the time. Sauce is the most overrated DB in the league.
They paid for a fit source and got an injured source. Is what happened basically.
Yeah.
It could age really badly, and it is on that way, trending that direction.
Yeah, completely agree. Right, boys, it's been a pleasure. We've been a little bit longer than we normally are, but it's been a good crack. We missed last week, so we had a lot to catch up on, and it's been a good lark crack. For the guys, I mean, numbers have been pretty decent throughout in comparison to other weeks, so we really, really appreciate you being here with us. If you're on YouTube for the first time, subscribe, fire your notifications on so it tells you that we've gone live when we go live. TikTok and Instagram at NerdyFLPod. We stick videos on there when we do them. And other than that, boys, you got any final thoughts?
Good
How
best.
about that, Cowboys?
Yeah, there we go. I'm gonna go away, enjoy the weekend, because I don't have to worry about us playing this weekend. I just have to worry. Just have to kind of support the Raiders this weekend, which
Great. Yeah.
it's left me in a funny position, but it's nice getting the weekend to chill and just watch the football without shitting my pants a little bit. But it's been an absolute pleasure, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
We're the nerdy football lads, so off the rails. Lack of research and some epic